What is up, and welcome to Loose Beats, where we chill out and make a beat. It's Toby, aka Cushing, from the T&D YouTube channel. Make sure you check out everything we do. And today we got a new beat for you. And what I got it named so far is Yo Brats, because I basically took, if you see it's Starboy spelled backwards, I basically took Starboy, I heard it, and I heard a couple things in it. I'm like,
Why is that so good?
and so I kind of made a slower, backwards Starboy kind of beat. And let's go ahead and jump in and see what we got here. First, we got this electric piano come in. Let's go ahead and hear how that sounds. So yeah, you can see my MIDI down here. A couple simple chords. And what I did with that tone, just because it was a little boring, I went in and put a couple buses on here. And one of them has this ring shift in it, and just a little phase type, and fucked with the frequency, pulled a little drier than normal. And then the second bus has a vocal synth going on it, just to pull a little bit of tone. Let's see, it's on this, I think that's on the harmony one, the sevenths. And just pulled that mix down a little bit, and then this mix down a little bit. And you can hear just all that little air kind of space noise in the background, you know? Just gave it a little something extra, kind of like it was being recorded outside or something like that, you know? Yeah, so we're working with that. We bring in a couple beats. I'm gonna jump down to a couple different noises we bring in a minute. And one is this marimba. It's a marimba with an arpeggiator on it. Pretty simple across the board, a few variations, big octave range, just so it's moving around a lot. Let's hear how that sounds by itself first and check it out. It's a nice little tone movement. And you'll see what I mean about the Starboy thing in a sec. But with this marimba, with this piano, we can hear them kind of clash in the right way. Not even clash, rather, just some symbiosis. I sound kind of like some water dripping, being outdoors. It's got some kind of natural sounds to it. And then we bring in this tight chord pattern up here. And it's also on an ARP. Just a simple EQ, kind of pulled just left that mid-range going. Kind of like a little funky clav sound almost, you know? It's kind of a rudimentary clav. That's what I was using it as, but you can see how they all kind of play off of each other here. They get introduced. Gives a little funky little movement to it. I like that. It's very electronic, but it's got some R&B vibe too. And then that's pretty much our melody setup. It's really just running off of this modern classic here. And then lastly, after this vocal comes through, we got this agile synth bass that kind of brings a little heat. It's got another ARP on it, running a little different, just bare nothing, just put everything bass bottom, but you can see why I want that in there. It's kind of that classic driving tone, just something to keep the song together. It's got that slight little echo on it, but you can't really hear that when the beat and everything is going. You can see the alchemy presets here. I didn't even fuck with those really either, And that delay I don't mind, but I can almost pull that back. 69 that bitch. And just so it's not, bleeding through into anything. And so we got our main melody. We bring in that bass, that art bass. And then down here we have our beat, simple little beat. And here's where you'll see that Weeknd kind of thing. It reminds me, that Daft Punk Weeknd kind of thing, like where they throw those toms out in kind of odd places to accent it, And just go ahead and hear what we're talking about here. I'm pulling up the volume. It's got a little automation, just pulling it up slowly until the full beat comes in. But very electronic. I like that wood knock noise. We got a couple things running here. This is a tom bot. So it's just an electronic tom running. And then we've got another tom down here. We'll run through a few patterns to show you. And here's our one with our original big toms. But bare minimum, nothing crazy. Just I listened to that song the other day again, and I just wanted to know why it was so good. And to me, it was that little offset tom that they put in there. So kind of hear what I'm talking about with this and see what you think. It's got that Euro R&B. I like that. Just run through a few simple little different patterns. On that one, just get those hits in. Yeah, you see how that clap just kind of brings in all the hits together? And when the bass actually comes in, because this is going to be extended, when the bass actually comes in, it just fills it up, fills up all the space. Yeah, it's so nice when you hear it all running together. Like, everything's really simplistic in this one, but it just seems to work real well. And so I got this beat set up, and I got a couple ideas on some vocals here. As always on Loose Beats, it's unmixed, unmastered, but and I'll probably have to do these runs again, but Just want to show you what I got. I got the lyrics up here if you want. Let's hear what that sounds like now. Left that siren in. You got to. You wonder where this thing lasts. Are you just between jokes? I know you don't mean that. I see you when you deep-throat, sucking out the Chicos, while you still in your street clothes. She on that I like how that beat goes. I'll make you a boss in less than 3 no's. Repertoire look like enough for 3 ghosts. You should wear something see-through, like a backpack in preschool. We debate like a bonus, but she fight like my dream girl. Feel like I'm in a dream, girl. Or maybe that's my own head, 'cause I live in my own world, and you live in my dream, girl. You live in my... Yeah, you can see what I'm going for. I'm gonna have to redo some of those vocals, and honestly the automation on this down here on this actual beat, it jumps a little too high. I do want a little movement slowly coming up, but I don't know if I ever want it to hit this high, or maybe more gradual movement into it, you know. That's something we just got to work on as it goes on. And on this second one, what I have running on here is I've got these bust, got its reverb and some echo. And then this bottom one, I'll pull back this vocal synth. I've got it running through a Polyvox, Talkbox, and a vocoder. And you can hear that by itself and see kind of why I would want that in there. And I just like kind of pull the automations to X across each other, so the vocoder takes over a little more at the end, you know. Just to give it some depth, you know. But I like that shit, and this would be a good vibey one. I just need to go back and redo some things, add a verse to it. But I like the simplicity of it. Sounds cool as shit. And so that's this week, you know. Yo Brat, Starboy backwards, because that's how I did it. I pulled from Starboy, worked back from this this little tom, you know, and then just pulled all the notes and everything, pulled them in place. A little slower too, but that's kind of my speed. But anyway, that was my loose beats this week. And, you know, make sure to check out everything we do. Make sure you check out the T&D channel. We got a Patreon now, you know, if you like this stuff. We put out extra stuff for you, you know. We'll do personal lessons with you. We got a lot of options with our Patreon. And make sure you check out the podcast. Make sure you check out our music, Cushing, our Instagrams, everything we do. And we love y'all. And y'all come back next week. You wonder where this thing lasts. Are you just between jokes? I know you don't mean that. I see you when you deep-throat, sucking out the Chicos, while you still in your street clothes. She on that I like how that beat goes. I'll make you a boss in less than 3 no's. Repertoire look like enough for 3 ghosts. You should wear something see-through, like a backpack in preschool. We debate like a bonus, but she fight like my dream girl. Feel like I'm in a dream, girl. Or maybe that's my own head, 'cause I live in my own world, and you live in my dream, girl. You live in my dream. You look like my dream girl. You look just like my. You look like my dream girl. You live in my dream. You look like my dream girl. You look like my dream girl.